Dunkirk is the newest Christopher Nolan movie, and it's nominated for Best Picture at the Oscars this year, and has officially gotten Christopher Nolan his first Best Director nomination at the Oscars. I'm so glad about that. And, yeah, in case you don't know, I'm reviewing a few of the big Oscar movies that have come out, so that you can see my opinion on a lot of these. And, yeah, I'm going to be talking about Dunkirk. Dunkirk, I honestly had no idea what to... I mean, I figured this movie would be good, but as with any movie, I'm never really... I can never really get that excited over a movie unless I see... what's the word I'm looking for? Unless I see trailers. And even then, the trailers didn't really do that much for me because I don't know. But however, when I saw Dunkirk, I was floored. This might be the greatest war movie I've ever seen. I mean, granted, I haven't seen that many war movies, but Dunkirk is an utter masterpiece of war filmmaking. Now, some people have criticized Dunkirk for not having fleshed out characters or developed characters. For me, it doesn't bother me. It doesn't really bother me because like the movie knows where its focus is. The focus is not on the people. The focus is on the war. And I mean, really, do you really think someone's going to spout out, their life history or what they're going to do when they get home in the middle of a battle? No, that's not going to happen. No, the first thing on these people's minds is run. We gotta get out of here. And you usually don't see that in war movies. You usually see, these guys going after the enemy no matter what the cost. But these guys, more realistically, know better than that. They know that when they are, when the British are caught in the middle and stranded at the mercy of the Germans and the Nazi Germans, they are screwed. And there were some really chilling moments where, you can hear some of the fighter planes just, in the distance, and the sound just keeps climbing and climbing until one person, looks up, and then another soldier looks up, and then a bunch of them start looking up, and they just start, God, this kind of tension is so good. And that's one thing I love about Dunkirk. This movie is non-stop tension. I mean, the music from Hans Zimmer is just so invigorating. It's like a non-stop whirlwind of tension and terror. It's it's kind of hard to explain, but Hans Zimmer does a really clever thing with a crescendo with his score that just makes it feel like that the score is just going up and up and up in pitch. And it's just so good. And let's talk about the direction of this movie, the way this movie was crafted. Holy hell, how do you direct a movie like this? Because you would expect a movie this to have lots of CGI, because obviously you can't do this kind of stuff with practical stuff, right? Well, you're kind of wrong. And funny enough, it's actually the reason why, the more I think about it, the more I realize I probably wouldn't have nominated Dunkirk for Best Visual Effects. Because what visual effects? I mean, granted, I heard that there were some small visual effects work done. Maybe, you see, there's a plane flying and down below you can see people, but the people are CGI. Little stuff. But overall, what you see in Dunkirk, they actually did that. And not even with miniatures and stuff. Christopher Nolan actually got real World War II Spitfire planes and had them flying over an actual sea or something. I don't know what body of water it was. And strapped real heavy, expensive IMAX cameras to either one of the wings or even the front of the planes. Like, good God. Again, how do you direct something like this? How? Like, it just... I can't even imagine what it'd be like to direct a movie like this. This is why I would give the Best Director Oscar to Christopher Nolan this year, because, like, I feel like out of all the directors, like, Christopher Nolan had the most weight on him. Like, because, I mean, sure, someone like Greta Gerwig, yeah, probably got some really good performances out of Lady Bird. Haven't seen it yet. I'm hopefully gonna try to see it tomorrow. But, like, I really think, like, trying to film these very hyper-realistic war sequences is a little bit more difficult than getting great performances out of actors. Again, I'm not saying getting great performances out of actors is easy. It's not. It's really difficult. But like I said, I'd probably give the award to Christopher Nolan because he had the most baggage on him. He had the toughest decisions to make. And that's one thing I love about Christopher Nolan is that he uses CGI as a last resort. Like, I mean, some directors, like I said, can overuse CGI, but overusing CGI to where it still looks amazing. Then again, why am I even using the term overused? Like Jon Favreau when he did The Jungle Book, or Alfonso Cuarón with Gravity. Like, these directors use CGI to really propel their stories, and that really works for them. Christopher Nolan doesn't really like to use a lot of CGI. Like I said, because a lot of the things you see in Dunkirk are actually happening on a full scale. Even when a ship is blowing up and sinking into the ocean, that's a real ship blowing up and sinking into the ocean. Just, oh. And one thing that really, surprised a lot of people, was Harry Styles in this movie. Yeah, Harry Styles, the guy from One Direction. Yeah, he's in this movie. Now, when I heard that he was cast in this movie, I actually wasn't jumping up on my seat, like, angry, like, oh my god, this is stupid. Because I have that kind of trust in Christopher Nolan. I have the trust within Christopher Nolan that if he casts someone in a role, like, he knows he knows his shit. He knows what he is expecting out of these actors. And, yeah, and the funny thing is, apparently, Christopher Nolan didn't even know he was part of a boy band. I'm like, really? You didn't know he was part of One Direction? One of the biggest teen crazes in 2013 and 2014? Probably more 2013. But yeah, Harry Styles gave a wonderful performance in this movie. And as I said before, with the tension being brought up in this movie, and it's just going and going and going, around the, like, I actually, no, I don't want to say it. All I will say is that the ending, actually made me tear up a little bit. Because everything that the movie was just hammering down onto me, it felt so, like, my emotions at the end of Dunkirk felt so natural. And so genuine. This is one of Christopher Nolan's best movies. I mean, granted, that's kind of hard to say because Christopher Nolan has made so many wonderful movies. Hell, I think his worst movie is Interstellar, and I still think that's great. Stupid ending, I will say that. Interstellar had a stupid ending, but overall, I thought Interstellar was great. And yet, I think that's his worst movie. I cannot speak enough praise about Dunkirk. If you have not watched Dunkirk already, why? I don't know what kind of crazy person you are, but whatever the case, I'm going to give Dunkirk a 10 out of 10. And before I do my outro, I just want to remind you guys that the Nerdy Movie Awards voting is still open, and you can go to nerdymovieawards.weebly.com to vote for your choices. Share the website so that more people can vote. And yeah, the show's gonna have a lot of really fun stuff. There's gonna be a lot of really fun guest stars. Like, I'm just so excited for this. So yeah, vote for your choices for the Nerdy Movie Awards at nerdymovieawards.weebly.com. But in any case, what do you think of Dunkirk? Let me know down in the comments below what you think. Thank you so much for watching. Give this video a like, share the video so we can get the channel circulated, and if you want to see more, and after this message, click this. Do you like my videos? Do you know how hard it is to make my videos? Huh? Do you? Anyways, why not consider becoming a patron on my Patreon? Just $10 a month and you're already contributing so much to me. This way I can help with purchasing Movie Pass every month. I can get new, better equipment. Overall, it just means better videos for you guys. Check out my Patreon, check out the perks, and see if you're interested.